Nuzlocke.
Emotional damage!
Enough said, this is Pokemon Lazarus, a beautifully crafted ROM hack created by Nemo622 with stunning Game Boy Color visuals, brand new characters, a fresh new region to explore, and a compelling original story. And if you want to experience this masterpiece for yourself or just want to support the creator, I'll leave a link in the description. We begin our story falling off the back of a truck in front of the local professor. He takes a liking to us and decides we're the perfect candidate to research Pokemon for the local university. After introducing us to his aides Nico and Rania, he gives us our first pocket-sized monster, Schminky. Schminky 2. Schminky 3? This is embarrassing. Persephone. There were a few failed runs, okay. As soon as we leave the university, we encounter our new BFFs Artemis the Panseer and Hera the Pick-a-Peck while heading to Juzmel Town for the first gym. But before we take on the gym leader Polymnia, have you subscribed to the channel? Have you liked the video and shared it with a friend? It might just give us the luck we need in this Nuzlocke. And look, it's already working. We just got a free Phanpy from the Wishing Well. Welcome to the Team Apollo. Our battle for Badge 1 was tough, but thanks to the combined efforts of Artemis and Hera, plus your new subscription, we pulled through, earning us the Harvest Badge. Waiting outside like the Grim Reaper themselves was our new rival and future pain inflictor, Rania, and her annoyingly balanced team of small creatures. Or should I say, small, dead creatures. After returning to the professor, we recruit Demeter the Mawile to the team, and both Hera and Persephone evolve. We make our way across a really long minecart bridge, and onto the Riverwalk Trail, which leads us the rest of the way to the swampy city of Calamy. And it's here that we meet one of the best Pokemon of this entire Nuzlocke, Poseidon the Totodile. Kicking down the doors of gym number 2, we face off against Orani and her Claw. Persephone sets up her Claw's Weiss, and instead of using a now ×3 physical move, Persephone activates Claw's Anger Shell with Magical Leaf, a special move. Honestly, that's not the dumbest thing I've done in my many failed off-screen Nuzlockes. In fact, out of all the uncountable off-screen Nuzlockes that I've attempted, I've only beaten one. By no means am I dumb, guys. I've been to uni, I have a degree in the arts. Urani switches her juiced up Claw for Sneasel, an easy prey for Hera. Claw and Persephone return to the field to finish what they started, putting us in a good position to face Larvitar and end the battle, earning us the Gemstone Badge. Jumping ahead, we find ourselves south of Juzmel Town in the Wanderer's Wood, facing off against the local Bring Me the Horizon tribute band, Team Chimera. We give them such a good thrashing that they run away, leaving behind a rare egg. Pressing forward, avoiding trainers like some kind of Pokeplague, find ourselves in Pythos Town, the spooky backdrop of our next gym challenge. And oh boy, it was a challenge. You see, I've been here before, in a previous run, and in that run, we were forced into a double battle against experts Jironi and Yana. I hate these guys. I hate them and their stupid murderous Oricorios, so I knew we had to prepare. Hesty the Blitzel, Cersei the Cyndaquil, Pandora the Alolan Meowth, and from the rare egg, Atalanta, the shiny Aron, join the team. It's time to face Jironi and Yana. It was a stressful first round, but we managed to KO the Pumpkaboo with ease. Albeit with a fair chunk of damage dealt to Hera and Atalanta. I decide not to KO the Zorua, remembering that both Oricorio have Tita Dance, and how rough it was in the previous run. The first Oricorio comes out, and seeing my team's health, I switch Atalanta for Apollo. Mistake number 1. A combo of Wing Attack and Snarl takes out Hera. Hestia steps in and carves a good chunk of Oricorio's HP before falling to Snarl as well. Mistake number 2. Since I'd let Zorua live and Snarl hits both the targets. Mistake number 3 was simple. I didn't switch Apollo. 3 deaths due to poor decision making and a snarling fox. Demeter and Poseidon finished the fight without any trouble. Arts degree, guys. Arts degree. We roll up on gym leader Cleo with a rebuilt team, and honestly, just flatten her. It was in this battle that I learned how truly strong and bulky Poseidon is. Even after taking a Will-O-Wisp, I knew he needed to make it to the champion fight at any cost, but I'm getting ahead of myself. The grave badge was now in hand, and with it, our eyes now focused on gym number 4. To get there, we would have to pass through the frozen Frostlass Cavern. And on the way, Helen the Mimikyu just hopped in a Pokeball and decided to come with the cool kids. Ice puzzle. Love that for us. It was around this point that the team really started to come together. Poseidon, Atalanta, and Demeter had the bulk and the strength. Persephone had speed, Pandora had the fake-out strats. Love the fake-out strats. And Circe added a comfortable amount of safe switching if needed. It really felt like we were on a roll towards Sophos City. Maybe because I had done this all before. I knew what to expect. I knew Nico would task us with retrieving a keystone from Satyr's lair, and that My Chemical Romance would stand in our way. But with the assistance of the local pushover, I mean local gym leader, we were able to wrap up that short chapter with the Wisdom Badge and gain access to Mega Evolution. But this is as far as I'd ever gotten. Now we're running blind. After setting sail into the unknown, Hades the Ceruledge replaces Circe on the team, and Poseidon evolves into Feraligatr. We make it to Marini Island, home of the 5th gym and its gym leader, Utua. Poseidon takes out our Gyarados with a few swift ice fangs, and her Goraphai with a jaw lock. The muse of parties and poisons sends in Sneasel. We respond with a switch into Demeter and Mega Evolve for the first time. Lastly is Tentacruel, who confuses Demeter, but by the gods' graces, fights through it, ending the battle with a powerful Thunder Fang, earning us the Festival Badge. Utua advises us to head south towards the Fresco Isles for our next gym badge. But upon setting foot outside the gym, a commotion catches everyone's attention. We soon discover that Rania is swarmed by Slipknot and their leader, Calliope, the assumed missing 8th gym leader, who attempts to convince us that she isn't looking for a fight. She only wants money and control over the region, and to do this, she plans to awaken the ancient Pokemon to shake the earth, then she departs. We chase Amy Lee and her band Evanescence to the Marmaro Mines, where Persephone evolves into Meowscarada. But it's too late to stop them from getting their hands on the ancient mechanism. Once again we set sail, this time for the Fresco Isles, and upon arrival, we find out these volcanic isles were once one big landmass, sunken by a devastating eruption 3,000 years ago. Pretty interesting stuff, mate. But where's the gym leader? At the theatre? And where's that, mate? After searching for the elusive theatre, we find not just one, but 2 gym leaders. The bickering twin gym leaders, Thal and Mel. One surf from Mega Feraligatr takes half the opposing Mudsdale's HP. And Oko's the Camerupt, at the cost of breaking Helen's disguise. A pretty good deal if you ask me.
I'll make that deal. How about you bitch? You make that deal?
I'd make that deal.
I don't blame you. Damn good deal.
Helen's Shadowclaw Oko's the Alolan Raichu, Poseidon's Ice Fan finishes Mudsdale, and for our last magic trick, Persephone performs a stunning flower trick to end the match, earning us the theatrical badge. Heading further south, we find ourselves in the oldest settlement in the Ilios region, Tatali City, and flying high on an overinflated sense of confidence, I narrow my vision on getting our next gym badge. The only thing standing in our way is our rival, Rania. She leads with her Fire Fairy Ninetales against our Demeter. I switch to Poseidon, who gets burnt. A Jawlock traps Ninetales before KOing with Surf. Vikavolt falls to Hades, and Helen gets the KO on Flareon thanks to Rocky Helmet. Rania calls upon the Fates and sends out her Mega Victory Bell. Pandora has first crack at taking down this monster, but ultimately has to pass to Persephone, who takes a scary sludge attack and gets poisoned. This was honestly looking like the end. The team was in no state to take on Mega Victory Bell, and it was all up to Demeter, who still had full health. I switch, Mega Evolve, and Demeter almost gets the KO, but falls. Pandora cleans up with Fake Out. This hurts deeply. This hurt more than any other deaths this far. Demeter, I am so sorry. You will be avenged. Time to fight Gym Leader Radine. Honestly, thanks to our new friend Harpy, the Mega Archeops. Yes, you heard that right. Mega Archeops. And there are a ton of other new Megas exclusive to this fan game, and they're sick. But thanks to Harpy, we were able to sweep the entire 7th gym for the Passion Badge. Suddenly, while Radine is singing our praises, there's a disturbance in the Force. Outside. A disturbance outside. And as it turns out, the weather across the region has gone haywire, which could mean only one thing. Team Chimera has awoken the legendary beasts at the Acropolis Temple in Sophos City. Using the ancient machine, Calliope transforms the legendary beasts into their paradox forms, then departs with her admins to challenge Rayquaza. We arrive in a small dragon-worshipping town called the Tower of Deoxypus, and as we ascend the tower to take down Calliope, a dreadful sense of foreboding struck me. This Nuzlocke has gone surprisingly smoothly, despite those 4 deaths, and the fact that we were flying through the gyms at breakneck speed was beginning to worry me for what was about to come. Upon reaching the top, we are greeted by Calliope and Rayquaza, and after an underwhelming battle, Calliope and Ice 9 Kills retreat to their super duper special hidden secret hideout in Arios Town. And to reach their super duper special hidden secret hideout in Arios Town, we would need to take the grunt infested route called the Nyx Trials. We managed to come out of the woods surprisingly unscathed and head straight towards the gym turned super duper special hidden secret hideout to confront Calliope and put an end to their silly schemes once and for all. The match begins with her Hydrapple, and after switching Pandora for Hades, we play a dangerous game of who's faster. Naturally, it's Hades. Helen takes on Drakazol, who once again gets the KO thanks to Rocky Helmet. Sylvali is next, so we brute force the Chimera with Mega Archeops. Calliope then Mega Evolves her Tinkaton. You heard that correctly. But it's no match for Hades' Bitterblade. Helen comes back in to Urko Grimmsnarl, leaving only Raging Bolt. Helen deals significant damage to the Thundercat Giraffe before getting paralyzed. Pandora takes over and gets the KO. With another defeat at our hands, the Paradox Beasts revert to their original forms and abandon Calliope. But not before snatching the Myth Badge for us to complete our gym challenge. Outside, a commotion stirs, allowing the top brass of Team Chimera to escape one last time. Upon exiting the gym, we find Rania rounding up the remnants of Fallout Boy with a few of the gym leaders, who tell us they've reformed the Elite Four, with gym leaders at the ruins of Ayawa, and urge us to take on the challenge. Traveling along the uneventful Pollen Road, we spot a familiar face waiting just to challenge us. Rania. This is for Demeter. Now we stand at the gates of the Elite Four with all the strength in the world, and let me tell you, this team is amazing. This is the dream team. The synergy is unreal. This team is unstoppable. I guess the luck you gave us by liking, subscribing, and sharing with a friend has really helped us out. I think we're ready for this finale. The first elite form is Polymnia. She leads with Jumpluff and I Hades, who gets the swift Oko with Bitterblade. Crustle comes in, so we Sacred Sword, which practically does nothing. So we switch to Persephone to KO with Flower Trick. Next comes Abomasnow, who sets up Hale with his ability Snow Warning. We perfectly switch to Helen as Abomasnow uses Power Up Punch, which doesn't affect Helen. Helen plays rough, Woodhammer breaks her disguise, but gets the KO the following turn. Polymnia throws in Serena, who does some nasty damage with Prop Kick. Despite the high risk, I keep Helen in for a final play rough, and it pays off. Good job, Helen. Appleton is next, and although Helen has the high ground, I choose not to risk it this time, switching to Persephone, who takes an Apple Acid. We play rough, activating her hidden ability Protean, turning her into a fairy type, giving her 2x stab for an easy KO. Lastly, Mega Rabombi hits the field like a wrecking ball, and almost Oko's Poseidon. Switching to Harpy, who only just survives a Dazzling Gleam, we too Mega Evolve. Rock Slide misses for the first time ever, giving Rabombi the perfect window to KO with Pollen Puff. I call upon Pandora for a fake out, and honestly, in hindsight, this was just not the play, guys. Such an arts degree play. I swap into Hades, the correct play, who takes basically no damage from Pollen Puff, but dies to Dazzling Gleam the following turn. I bring Pandora back for the fake out and try to finish it with Assurance, but it doesn't do enough, and dazzling gleam Okos. Persephone ends the first battle with Flower Trick. That was half the team gone. Thank you, Harpy. Thank you, Hades. Thank you, Pandora. We will win this for you guys. Welcome to the team, Eurydice the Skeledirge, Thea the Tinkerton, and Themis the Aerodactyl. Don't let us down. Battle 2 against Terpsichore begins with Hisuian Braviary and Thea. Mega Thea gets the KO against Braviary, Metachan, and Gallade, while Poseidon gets the OKO against Reuniclus and Weirdeer with Jawlock. Thea comes back in to secure the win against Mega Phalanx with Spirit Break. Utwerp is match 3. Remember when I said Poseidon needed to live until the Elite Four? This is why Poseidon KOs Tentacle with a Jawlock. We Mega Evolve an Oko Sneasler, Caracosta, and Arbok with Fishious Wren, and Gliscor with Ice Fan. Mega Gyarados crashes the party and puts Poseidon into yellow health, so I switch into Thea, who gets Crunch. We hit back with a mighty Spirit Break, but Gyarados hits us harder with an Aqua Tail that KOs. Persephone comes in to end the third battle with Flower Trick. Oh my god, I'm sorry Thea. Rest well knowing Daphne the Dragonite has it covered. Our last battle of the Elite Four is against Radine. She leads Oricorio against Poseidon, who OKOs with Fish's Wren, and repeats this stunning performance on her Center Scorch. Radine sends in Chatot, Poseidon KOs again with an Ice Fang, and proceeds to take out Alolan Marowak with a Jawlock as well. Simisear makes an appearance, making Poseidon sleepy weepy, but not before falling to our Mega Gator. Mega Mandibuzz finally comes out, so we switch into Helen to eat some damage with her disguise, then play rough for the eventual KO. And with that, we have done it, my friends. We have beaten the new Ilios Elite Four, and only one more battle remains to determine the strongest trainer in the Ilios region. Hold on, you're not Rania. The final battle commences between us and Champion Anyalios. He leads with Ceruledge against our Helen. Spirit Shuckle Okos and out comes Golisopod. We Thunderbolt for not all that much damage, to be honest. Liquidation breaks Helen's disguise, but Rocky Helmet comes in clutch with some extra damage, which effectively nullifies Glisopod's ability Emergency Exit, allowing us to get the KO the following turn. Aegis Slash is next, so we switch into Eurydice, who takes a massive Phantom Force to the face. Luckily, we outspeed and somehow get the Oko with Torch Song. Anyalios calls out Obstagoon. Not wanting to take any chances, Daphne switches in to take a Night Slash. Daphne D-dances, then takes a hefty takedown. Thinking we can get the KO, I command Daphne to Dragon Rush, which does nowhere near as much damage as I'd hoped, leaving Daphne wide open to take one final takedown. I'm sorry, friend. Helen jumps back in for a quick play rough to avenge Daphne. We switch over to Poseidon to deal with Tyrantrum before Cyclizar, the final Pokemon, hits the field. It Mega Evolves into basically Miraidon and Dragon Pulses, which does so much damage to Poseidon that I honestly almost had a heart attack. Thankfully, Fishious Friend does a chunk of damage before we switch to Themis, who hits a fat Rock Slide, KOing Cyclizar and winning us the final battle against the champion. What's his name? Ladies and gentlemen, we beat the Pokemon Lazarus Nuzlocke. For Hera, Hestia, and Apollo, for Demeter, for Harpy, Hades, and Pandora, for Thea and Daphne, for all of you watching, and if you've made it this far, thank you so much. You're all stars in my eyes. If you enjoyed this, please like, subscribe, and share it with a mate. I'll see you when I see you, and remember, it is all still elementary, my dear friends. Peace.